Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to SuttyTrades. First, I just want to start by saying sorry that I haven't posted anything for the last few days. It's been a little bit hectic work-wise. I've not got as much trading in as I wanted to, and kind of not as many trades, kind of when I have been at the chart that I would have liked. Anyway, so let me just update you on where we are. The My Forex funds, we have moved forward a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I would have liked to this week. I mean, the target for the end of this week would have been around 400, even 350 would have been good. We're sitting on we're just over 200. I think we only made about $40 for the week, so not ideal, but we at least have not gone backwards, so that's okay. We've still got time. We still have got a little over 2 weeks, so we can still do it. And I've only been risking 0.25. I've not even gone up to risking $50, 0.5 yet. So from next week, we're going to be risking 0.5. I mean, within 3 days on the FTMO, I made around 350. So it's risking 0.5. I think we can potentially make some nice progress. So that's where we stand with the FTMO. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. Not the FTMO, the My Forex funds. The FTMO, however, it's only a trial, so I shouldn't really take it too seriously. But we should have had the pass on, I think it was Tuesday late afternoon. I was in a trade on New Zealand dollar against the American dollar, USD, and I had taken, I think I'd already been in a trade where I'd kind of like broken even. And then the next trade, I had taken 50%, I think at around 1 hour. And then when I moved a little bit further away, I actually moved my, let me just show you. I've actually got it in, here we go. So I took, where you can see this arrow, I think it was actually near a TP1, I took 50% of my trade, and I was risking, I think it was $100 on this one. So I think I got $50. At that point we were, I think, because we had taken maybe a couple losses, so we were around 350 maybe, I think. So I'd got my account back to around 400, so we only needed 100 to go. So I needed, I think, to get to at least TP, I think I needed TP3 for like guaranteed, more than enough to get through that. So that was my target. My initial target was TP3, and I think I could have manually closed it between TP3 and TP2, and I would have had the pass. So I was just going to keep an eye on it and close it when I needed to, But anyway, so over here, as you can see, I say I took 50%, but I think this is actually where I brought stop to entry. So, if you look up here, when I first entered around here, right, it pushed up, it came very close to the stop. But you look at the distance, that distance between the top of that wick to my stop, and it didn't stop me out. So the spread wasn't, I think it was like 0.7 or something like that, right? But then all of a sudden I wasn't on the computer, and I get my phone making a noise telling me that I had been, my stop had been hit. So I come to the computer, and I'm kind of baffled because I see this, right? This has stopped me out from there to there. That distance, which is almost probably 4 or 5 times the distance where it didn't stop me there. But I get stopped out, right? So that's the trade, and I'm still sitting like 100 and a bit under. Thinking to myself, hold on, I'm really confused. What's gone on here? And then to make things even worse, from here we go to the point where I probably would have been able to close and further. I think this ended up hitting TP4. So it was really, really strange, and I actually contacted them, and I sent them this PDF. They looked at the thing, and at my trade, and they said it was due to slippage. They said time of the day or whatever. So, I I've never seen this before. I've heard of slippage. I never thought at the time of day I was trading, the time of day I was still in this trade, I never thought that would happen. So I don't know, guys, you know, all I can say is thank goodness it was a trial, because if this was a real challenge, man, I would have been so pissed. Like, seriously, that was the difference between me passing. You know, based on this, based on the trade I took and everything that happened, I passed the challenge. But if you look at my credentials and my my metrics, not my credentials, if you look at my metrics, according to that, I haven't passed. So it really, really sucks, you know. And as a result, I think yesterday and today I've just kind of been trading, I almost lost interest with it, you know. And if anything, I think it's something that can teach us a bit of a lesson. You know, these things are going to happen, and they might happen on a live account, they might happen on your challenge while you're doing a challenge. And if this does happen, you know, just roll with it and just come back from that and just trade, just keep trading your strategy. Because I kind of just started trading, you know, anything, and as a result I'm now all the way down to I think like $170. So I've lost I think I lost 3 trades between yesterday and today, risking $100. I mean, 3 losses is not a big deal, you know, it's not a big deal, but I was so close, and I've kind of just, you know, thought, you know, I'm gonna leave it there. You know, in my mind, I got the pass. It's really frustrating, but you know, at least I haven't failed. I think for now, for next week, I'm just gonna put this to the side as maybe a learning experience to kind of say that, you know, these things can happen, and don't change how you trade based on these things. You know, it sucks, but you just got to keep trading your strategy. Anyway, that's kind of where we are with the FTMO, guys. I'm still just shy of $200 up, so I have gone down, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think next week I'm just going to put this to the side. I haven't failed it. I'll just, you know, it'll be counted as another free retake. So from 4, I think I've got 1 pass and 3 no fails, but free retakes. It should be 2 passes and 2 free retakes based on this. But anyway, next week I'm just going to full on concentrate on my Forex funds, guys. I want to just get my goal is to hit around $500 for the end of next week. We're going to increase our risk to 0.5%, and we're just going to go. I have also been doing a lot of back testing because I'm really just trying to, you know, fine tune the rules that I trade off, and I'm really just trying to get. I have a sort of an idea of my win rate, which is probably around, I would say 55 to 60% is probably the win rate on the trades I'm taking. So, you know, when I do get 3 or 4 or even 5 losses in a row, it's okay. And I think, you know, I've got to just keep telling myself, trade the plan, don't worry about the losses, just because, you know, even with the trial, you know, you get 3 losses in a row. And I know I got the 3 losses in a row when it was a Monday when I was just trading silly, but, you know, I was kind of expecting that. These 3 that I got, the last 3 that I've got in a row, were based on everything, you know, following my rules. And that happens, right? You know, I think sometimes you just think that you're not going to take losses, but you've got to expect the losses. And I think for me, it was almost a good thing that I did hit those losses on the trial. You know, so when I do push forward with the My Forex funds, you know, just kind of prepared, you know, when the losses come, you know, just keep moving, keep going forward. So that was just the update, guys. That's kind of what I wanted to update you guys on. Let me just close this out. I'm just going to delete this. We don't need to see that anymore. I am actually I've entered, let me just quickly go to this. I think those were the 3 losses I took today on the FTMO account, guys. As you can see, this was actually something else I was looking at. Those are the three that I lost. Actually, that one was not. No, there was 2 losses. This one I didn't actually take, or did I? No, I think I did. I think all 3 of these ended up being losses. But I also was looking at CHF I actually did have a pending order exactly where this one is, and as you can see, we would have already been on, where is it, over here? If I move this there, we would have been on about, yeah, 3R. We probably would have been able to close already. But because of the losses on the Euro USD, I ended up just closing this. I have still got a pending order on the order block up the top here, because I like this, but I might end up just shutting these down too, because it's now it's past 6 o'clock on a Friday, and I don't really want to take these trades into the weekend. So I think that's where I'm going to call it, guys. I'm going to continue doing this back testing over the weekend, because there was a few things that I picked up on in a Zoom call that we had from one of the mentor traders in our group, and he kind of touched on a few things, kind of where I'm looking at, starting my trading from. So obviously within the 4-hour OB, where I'm looking, obviously I've always had the imbalance areas, but another one is what he calls a drop-based drop, or a rally-based rally. So it's kind of a smaller order block within its. Let me just show you what it looks like. It would be something like this. So where you've got a drop, so this is a drop-based drop. So you can see you've got heavy sell, there's a push up, so there is resistance there, and then it just breaks, right? So you've got like a big red followed by a sell followed by a kind of a push up with the opposite direction, and then a push down. So something like that. And you can see often price will come up too. I mean, if I were to draw this right now, just to show you guys what I mean. See that? This reacted straight off of that drop-based drop. I think that's what they call it. So this is kind of what I'm looking at now. I'm now going to mark up within the 4-hour, either if it looks like it's a strong imbalance, that's kind of where I'm going to look for my change of character, or if there's a strong rally-based rally or drop-based drop, that's where I'm going to start looking. So I'm going to bring that into my rules, and I'm going to basically trade. I mean, I've got it right there, guys. I don't know if you can. Let me go to. I've got all my rules, everything like written down, all down there. So that is what I'm going to do some back testing. I want to try and get at least 100 trades back tested based off of the alerts I use. I've already done about 25 maybe, and based on that already, I mean the win rate is around, I think it's around 55, 60, so exactly what I said before. And it's really interesting. The taking 50% and 1-to-1 actually works, because I think about 66% of the trades that I took over the last 25 have all hit the 1-to-1 at least. So I think I'm gonna do the 1-to-1, but then leave my stop. Like I did before, it'll hit. If it hits 1-to-1, you take off 50%. If it goes back and hits your stop, it's kind of a no trade. So it just takes what you want, and that's kind of how I'm going to play it. That's how I'm going to back test, and I'm going to just get a very clear idea of these areas. Every time price comes back up to these areas, the imbalance or the rally-based rally or the drop-based drop. And then I start looking for a change of character. So the more I do it, the more it's going to really get into my sort of vision, my the way I see the charts. That this is the right time, and I'm going to trade it again. I'm going to very much stick to the 3 trades per order block, and that's it. If I lose all 3, I move on to the next one. So that's it, guys. That's just an update for you guys where we currently stand with everything. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I mean, I might only have this up by tomorrow, so enjoy the rest of your weekend if that is the case. And we will catch you guys next week, where we are just gonna 100% focus on the My Forex funds. Let's get this done. and see if we can get that pass first time round. Let's hope so. Anyway, guys, I will catch you guys next week. Bye for now.